today, mostly I'm going to focus on the Powerplay system for the, I don't know how it's going to play into what I do for the foreseeable future. I think there's some good things here. There's some cool things. There's some new things that I haven't even seen yet. But I think the reason that you don't see them as often is because they're not in the, what do they call that? They're not like in the public eye, so to speak. You kind of got to know that they're there. Like I've seen people like stealing cargo and stuff from these ships that like on these stronghold systems. And I've seen people, putting graffiti on the signage out front of space stations. But as yet, I have not seen those options in the game, and I'd like to talk about just some of that. I think this is going to be from an accessibility standpoint. Sarge was just explaining in the chat that you need recon limpets to hack the signs and all that, but the thing is there's no one of the things that bothers me to death about this thing is like if you go anywhere else in the galaxy. I'm at the stronghold system for Empire, right? For Elrissa, Lavingi Duval, right? So in her mission board on this carrier, there's no missions. And that drives me nuts. This is where they should introduce all of that stuff. Anything that's cool that they've got, they could easily put in, missions. Here, take a mission. Go over to Yuri's stronghold and graffiti his stuff. And if you do enough of that, we'll give you some stuff, right? We'll give you some free stuff. This is how you get people from an accessibility standpoint to understand these systems. The only reason I know about it is because there's crazy commanders out there that figure out all this weird stuff and then they go do it in a video, but you don't know why you're doing it. Why are we doing that? This thing right here. Okay, this is your key to accessibility right here. This is one of them. Okay, there's other ones too, but this is the main one that most players in the game understand. This. Okay. Well, I don't think they need tutorials per se, other than they just need to be made aware of it. Okay, and when they're made aware of it, let's say, for example, we want to graffiti Yuri, right? They could easily have that in the mission to mark where to go to mark it, and then when they get there, they can say, "Hey, don't," or before they leave, say, "Hey, and take some recon limpets when you go over there, because you're gonna need them to shoot Yuri's signs up, so you can." And you might get shot at. So one of the things that bothered me in the Thargoid War too is that there's like almost every prize that's available for Powerplay is a weapon or a defensive thing, right? However, there's very little in the way of offering war type missions. I mean, where are they? Now, if you're smart, which there's quite a few commanders that are super smart. Somebody will go around and figure out, okay, now if we do this is going to benefit us in this way and all that. Just like they do for the Thargoids, there's a group called AXI, right? And I'm not a member officially of AXI, but I do support their causes and I do go do stuff with them sometimes and all that. So what I'm saying is, guys, we need more. You see how they got that Thargoid tab right there? It's kind of grayed out, but you see that? They could easily have that with Powerplay here as well. I understand that there is other ways to look at this stuff, and I do like, pretty much I like the map system the way they've got it, and on the galaxy map I kind of like that, and I'm starting to get used to it, and the only reason I'm kind of sort of used to it is because of the Thargoid War, and a lot of the stuff that they made for the Thargoid War towards the end here is in the Powerplay system, which is great. Sharing tech amongst the different systems. Excellent. They should have a war tab, though, so you can like pick up missions for going and killing people in Powerplay. Like I said, All of their prizes, pretty much everything they give you for every single rank is some sort of weapon or some sort of thing. Why not let us go shoot people with them, right? This is what I don't like, and I didn't like this in the Thargoid War either. I didn't like that we were winning the war with sampling skin samples off of frickin' scouts. And I made a whole video about that because I was like, what is this? Is a war. That is a full-fledged war, right? There's an invasion. They're coming to kill us. Oh, well, the way we beat them is we just go pick some skin off of them. Yeah, no, I was not okay with that. I was not okay. Commanders, I was not okay with that, okay? Pew, 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 pew. The way to win all the prizes was to collect rares from all over the galaxy and deliver them. Like, what the? That is not war, okay? That is not even political. You know, I mean, delivering pamphlets, I'd still be pissed, but I'd be like, but that's at least a little better, right? Right? But every single prize in this thing is a pew pew or a defender of the pew pew. So in the system too, and I'm not complaining. I do like what they got going so far. However, there's some polish, there's some heavy polish that need to be done. And I hope that they commit to that, at some degree, especially if the Thargoid War is winding down. And this is the next conflict they want to promote. They need to make it better so that people that aren't haven't played Elite since they were a baby can get in here and go have fun, right? So that's one place. So I'd love to see the mission board. Sorry guys, I'm old. All right, so the mission board, I'd love to see that fleshed out a lot. Okay, there's no reason why we can't have missions for painting the signs over at Yuri's place or whoever, Denton, whoever. Just, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff should be in here so that we can go do it, and it'll introduce it to people and stuff like that, without having to go to third parties so much. You guys don't have to make everything so lazy where you just the third parties, they're not going to be around forever, guys. Come on, let's get this thing nice and polished. This thing's a perpetual war. It never ends. I mean, it's perfect. But you just need to introduce more stuff. And obviously if the servers would be not lagging all the time, that'd be great too. Okay, don't want to pass that up. But so if you go on the map, right? Now, like I said, I have still been kind of sort of struggling with the map, but I am getting a better understanding of it. Now, as you said, like I said, I'm over here on Emperor Arissa's stronghold carrier, the only one she has currently. There will likely be more in the future as soon as all these get strengthened and stuff. But this is all stuff that's part of the war that we don't really know about. So we need to do that and be able to say. Now this thing is great. Now you see the Thargoid War has like this menu and all that. This didn't exist at the beginning, but now they have all this stuff, so you can literally go to each Titan and you can find out what's going to, you can see what alert, invasion, They did a lot better, it's a little different, but it's a really good job that they did on the Thargoid War, at least to make it somewhat more accessible. It's still really confusing to people because it's just it's so much information. But over time, people should get over the learning curve. So, but I do like this menu system. The only tricky part on this menu is, like I said, when they talk about missions that you can pick up from your like daily missions or whatever, or weeklies, they call everything something different. So you go to the map and you're like, okay, exploited, unoccupied, expansion. We don't know what any of this means, right? I mean, I do, but you don't. Some of you don't. Okay, so in any event, all these things are going on, but then they give you a mission. They go, well, you need to do it in an undermining system. What? So then you have to find that. You have to go to this one. This is like another filter, right? So that is a little confusing. But now, okay. Once I found this filter here, which let me get rid of my camera so if you haven't seen this yet. So you see there's two tabs on the map mode, right? So there's 1 and 2. I don't even think the Thargoids have 2. Yeah, the Thargoids just, see, nice and simple. One menu. All we need is a starting point, and that's one thing that this doesn't do really well, is if you go to the starting point, and it does like to flip back and forth. I should just be able to click on this one, and it should go there. Now I know it's set up so that it goes so that you can toggle the powers on and off. But on the Thargoid menu, if I click on a Thargoid, say, see that? So now I'm used to doing that. See, but that doesn't work on the Powerplay menu, so it's very confusing for me. The Thargoid one is a little bit more fluid, in my opinion, right? So the Powerplay one, you click on this and stuff disappears. You don't know what the hell's going on. You know, I think it's a great menu, but it doesn't just go over there. Like I just want to go to Lavingi's thing, and then if you go to this over here, okay, if you go to tab 2 here, right? Oh, sorry, I'm in the way again. So you can pick like a power, right? So let's say, again, which already, you know, like, all right, we pick a power again. Let's say, oh, so I want this one, and you're supposed to be able to. See, even that button, it's not working, right? So it's not working. It's not going there, right? I'm clicking on it. Now I did get it to go there once, Commanders. Not gonna lie, I got to go there one time, and that was great. That was a beautiful day, but I have not been able to get it to do that again. So that's something that needs to be obviously ironed out. So this 2-tab system, like I said, it's really informative comparatively to what they do in other cases. However, that could be massaged a little, in my opinion, as far as, like, you know, whether or not you could right click that or something like that. But when you click on a power, I think it should be able to take you to their place, right? Somehow, whether it's an extra button or something, I don't know what it has to be. However, nothing works. It doesn't go anywhere. So I don't like that. The next thing that you can get into is that you can get into the 4-panel, right? So the 4-panel, and this thing is crazy. It's got everything. I mean, like, they got some big systems in here, right? So the Powerplay tab on this side. So now you got 3 places, right? You've got your galaxy map. You got your thing over here. There is no Thargoid thing on this side, right? So it's another whole layer, right? So we got another whole layer, and then you go into Powerplay, and now in here you can see all kinds of stuff too. Wow, this is cool. And so let me see if this allows me to do anything. So if I click on a Lavingi Duval, okay, so it does give. So the stats that they show you for the Thargoid War are on the galaxy map, and the stuff that you need to see here are on the 4-panel. See this? Do you guys? Is this making sense to you guys? That it's kind of confusing. You know what I mean? It's a lot more confusing than the Thargoid one. And yes, I hope someday that they do incorporate more and more into the game, and they are. You know, but it's obviously not at any kind of speed that we would project onto them. We want it faster. So yeah, we want it now. We want it to do everything right now. But just for the funsies, if they just give us a way to see stuff in an easier to digest manner, I think that's going to go a long way to getting things done. Like, this is great. The weekly assignments and all this stuff is amazing, right? But, you know, but after this is gone, after all these 5 are gone, then what? Then they just kind of cut you loose, and they don't tell you, okay, hey, you know, you can go over here and you can take some recon limpets and go paint that guy's signs. That'd be fun, right? You might get shot at, but hey, you know, that's okay. It's part of war. You know, things like that. Or there's, you know, you can go steal cargo off you know, Yuri's stronghold ships. Go get them. You can sabotage him. Here's a mission for sabotaging old Yuri. Okay, That's all I'm saying, guys. Is in the interest of accessibility and understandability, I would love to see some of these things worked on. And look, I've only looked at this thing for this is like my third day checking it out, and I haven't. So I'd say total hours probably 10. So I don't know what else is in here yet, but these are just the things that I discovered over the last couple of days, and it's like, wow. So there's a long way to go yet for this. So here's another place. Oh my goodness. Oh, you can do all this stuff. So this has got a lot of stuff in it, but I don't see anywhere where it's, an actual battle for territory, nothing. I don't see anything like that. So, so there's 4 places now you got to go. So there's just stuff everywhere. And unless you get into it deeply, this is going to be very hard for you for a while. And I get it. The Powerplay panel over here, completed assignment. So I did go back last night, and I went over and I picked up a few rescue escape pods and turned them into the proper station, and then I was able to collect what I need to collect. And it's my fault. I'm an old school like WoW player. We don't read these things, okay? I know this. You can put all the descriptions and all the tutorials and all nobody reads this stuff, okay? Except maybe Sergeant. Sergeant, he's a different kind of guy, though. Collect occupied escape pods and damaged escape pods in a friendly system, which is okay, fine. There's a lot of friendly systems. And return them to the local power contact. That's the part I didn't read, Commander, right there. Local power contact. So you got to return them to the same system you retrieve them. That's how you get rewarded.